Hi, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. Kind of what's going on. Debbie Sue is here. It's good to see you back in the chats, Debbie Sue. Sally's here. Mike's here. Evie's here. So, everyone been doing all right? Everyone's saying hi to everybody. So, y'all have snow up north. Everyone is here. We're all in our places with bright, smiley faces. So I'm glad I got to catch a little bit of your live today, Sally. I have a break at 3 for 30 minutes. So, and then a little bit later, I got to hop back into your other live for just a little bit. It wasn't a rough day. No, I had a good day. So I was busy, which makes it go really quick. Drinking the rest of my tea here. So, hi, Cheryl. She's saying good evening, everyone. Hit the like button, Evie said. Now there's 7 people here. Wow, that's pretty good. Pam's here. Hi, Pam. How are you doing? So, I need to fix this to where I'm not crooking my neck to look at the chat. There. Then I can see it better. So, I read your part, Mike, about not getting notifications on Sally's live. I hadn't been either. So you went into the notifications where on the bell. I know I've checked that, but I don't know. I don't get notified when she goes live. The other morning I was sitting here thinking, when's Sally gonna go live? And I kept checking her channel and it wasn't there. It wasn't, and then I went over to the live, clicked on the live panel, and she was live and been live for 15 minutes. I thought, I don't know what that's about, you know? So, they're all saying hi to each other. Pam said, my mom used to sing that in the morning to get us out of bed. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright, smiley faces. Yep. Yep. No, I just moved the whole screen, Evie. I click on it and make it smaller. There's my dog. Donna's joining us. See her? She's joining us this evening in her bed. She's going to settle down for a long winter's nap. She's hoping Rambo will hop on. So, hi, Yvonne. Did I do it right? Yvonne. So, yeah, Pam, I remember too the rise and shine and give God the glory. I mean, we used to go off like the camp and stuff for like ladies' retreats at church or the youth, and I'd go and they would they didn't like me. I was a morning person. I'd be up singing and time to get up and yeah. Anyway, so I did it right, Yvonne. I'm getting better. See, Evie said, Pam, I used to sing when my kids were in middle school. It didn't go over very well. It was the commercial for Ricola cough drops. Oh, that's funny, Evie. So I know that Julie's going live, I think, at 8 o'clock my time as soon as this is over. And then 9 o'clock my time, I know that Dawn, who's resting witch face, and Diane, who is, what is it, something lonely, I don't know her channel name. They're doing a live at 9 o'clock. So, we can go raid all these lives if we want to after this is over. So Pam said, aha, Evie Eden, it didn't go over well for me either as a teenager. She was a morning person and I was not. Yeah, that's um, what I had problem with. I was a morning person and I didn't get to act like that at home back then. So I'd go off to church camp and do it as a counselor for the teenagers, and they didn't like me. So, oh, wow. Our ladies' retreat, you know, and we would stay up late and then I would still get up early. So I'm still a morning person. And I guess, it's just some of us are. So the topic tonight is, are you overwhelmed yet with the season? So the reason I kind of thought about this is I was kind of having a laid back season, getting my decoration done early, and my husband and I went out on Saturday and we did all our Christmas shopping. It's done, the whole thing. I thought, man. And then yesterday I had the overwhelm. I was trying to make some candy and clean my house, and I was going to try to make some couple of videos, and I call it, I'm not feeling the love. So I didn't get those made. And so it was like, "Ugh, I've got company coming this weekend that I wasn't expecting." So, trying to clean some stuff that I've been putting off because I'm a content creator. And so I had to double time yesterday. Um, Evie said, my daughter always said, Mom, please stop talking. Yeah, I got that a lot. My older son would always say, Mom, quit asking me questions. So I stopped asking questions. Thank you, Pam. Pam said, your hair looks lovely, Rhonda. Thank you. Today was wash day, so it always looks really good on the days I wash it and do it. So, and I could wear it curly, but I have to do it every day to do that. And when I blow dry it, I can go every other day. It makes it very easy. So, yeah, Pam, that's so true. She said, I know all about not cleaning until someone is coming over. Yeah, isn't that the truth? I mean, I clean, but not like I do when I know I'm going to have company, and it's my son and my daughter-in-law and my grandson are coming, and we're going to go look at lights again. And I haven't been to the light display that I did the one long form video on in years and years. And this Christmas, I'm gonna hit the over there twice. Oh, so yeah. Julie said, I'm the same as this Pam. I frenzied amount of activity when guests are due. Isn't that true? A frenzied amount of activity. Rebounding with Cheryl said, Rhonda, do you use purple shampoo? I know it's not the topic. LOL. I do not. I don't like it. I did some when I was first growing it out, and I realized that I was making it worse because it made my gray hairs really stand out, and what was left on the other part, it separated it. But I don't like the way it makes my hair fall flat. So I don't use it. So um, do we have two mics in the chat? Now, some people use purple shampoo and they love it. They used to make, back in the day, called Shimmer Lights, and it was great. But the other shampoo that I've tried that other products have put out, like Biolosh or some of those, I don't like them at all. So Pam said, I'm actually glad I have students coming here for lessons because then the main bathroom for sure gets clean. Ha ha. Mike's Adventure said hello. We had another mic. The other mic is called, let me get it right. I'm going to go back up in the chat. Mike's Adventure Sparks and Mike Adventure N1U. Oh, that's your second account. You're trying to keep up with 3 different lives right now. One on my TV, one on my phone, and the other on my iPad. Nobody else can go live. I don't have any more devices. Oh, that's pretty funny, Mike. Oh, now I have done that, but I'm a little ADHD, so I get split. I can't keep up. And I don't know. I saw right as I was trying to log in to this that I did Mrs. G go live again. So, because I know she was live, she signed off, and then it looked like Happy Birthday Family number 2. So I'm not sure. Rebounding with Cheryl said, we're going to a boat parade on the Intercoastal in Boynton Beach on Friday. If I can, I'll video it. Yes, video that. That would be fabulous. I've not ever seen one in person, but I've seen some on here. And Debbie Sue said, yeah, she went live again. Tell her to shut that down and get her over here. Join us. So Mike said, Pam said to Mike, that's amazing. Yes, please do, Cheryl. I would love to join you. Yes. And then Julie said, that would be a fun video, Cheryl. You could, Julie's got her Christmas tractor parade, and Cheryl can do her Christmas boat parade. And I'm going to film some more. We're going to look at some different lights this coming up weekend. There's a neighborhood that does the luminaries and the old-fashioned ones, to where they take, because we used to live close to that neighborhood, and we started doing it. And you take white sack and you put sand in it, and then you put a small candle in the middle and you light them, and they do it 2 nights. So we're going to drive through that neighborhood. I want to get some footage of that, and there's some other things we're going to go look at. So hi, Paula. So many parades. Oh, how are you, Paula? Is the snow still on the ground up there? So I had to laugh at that video you did where you went to the shelter and your husband built the fire and Rambo's romping around, and then you show yourself and you're like, oh man. Julie's going to her second Festival of the Trees this season tomorrow. Oh, that'll be great. So I need to get in touch with you to figure out how I can send you my video. I got it. I tried to put it in a Google document and it wouldn't take it on this computer. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, and more forecasted tonight. More snow, Paula. Wow. That's it snows here rarely. We get usually ice and stuff, and then it'll snow. And but I have lived here to where we've gotten 16 inches. One Christmas we got 16 inches of snow and nobody could go nowhere. So, all right, Julie, you can text me about it. There's another easy way. Okay, that'll be great. So, um, but in 2021, we called it Snowvid. it's it came an ice storm. I mean, and it laid down about a 3 inch layer of ice, and then it snowed about 3 inches on top of that. And the temperature was around freezing for days, and we couldn't go anywhere, hardly anywhere. Pipes burst. It didn't have electricity. It was pretty bad. So we coined the term snowvid after, the 2020 was COVID, 2021 was snowvid. So, and it's, so we do get inclement weather here. And I know usually when we get it, Evie and them get it too. It may not be quite as bad because I am a little bit north of her on the map. So Paula said, Julie asked Paula, does it snow this much in Tennessee usually? And Paula said, Julie, yes, this much and more. Pam said, I admit I'm feeling overwhelmed with the season, putting on a brave face, but would like to just lock my doors and put on pajamas and watch a Christmas movie. Isn't that what happens? You just want to not do anything. Evie said, I think we called it Icegeddon. No idea how to spell it. You did a pretty good job, Evie. But it was, I mean, that's probably the worst storm. I know that there was a pretty bad ice storm. And I know my parents were iced in and they didn't have electricity for 14 days because it broke all the power lines and they had to restring them. So, and it's funny, Daddy had a gas grill and he put up their camping stove in the garage. And so, and it was so cold that they didn't have to worry about their food going bad because they could just keep it outside. I don't know how they survived like that. Oh, but they did. And I think he might have had a little generator for the refrigerator, and he had they had a gas, pretty good substantial gas stove that was in their living room, and so they piled up in the living room. I don't know when that was, but so let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. Rebounding with Cheryl said, Pam, that's what I've been doing, watching Christmas movies on Pure Flix, good and wholesome. Julie said, I love doing that, Pam. The holidays can be so overwhelming. Evie said, my mother-in-law had to live with us for 4 months. Pipes burst and house had to be gutted. So many people went through that. So, and Pam said, this is Pam is her channel name. That sounds great, Cheryl. And Julie's channel is Julie Jordan Scott. I know during that snowstorm, there was a pipe that burst at the center. And of course, I was the executive director. And I can remember going up there. They called me one night, and there was water pouring out of the ceiling. And we had to move. We had a fancy printer in there, and it was full of water. And we dumped that thing out. And believe it or not, we dried it out, and the thing still worked. We were so shocked. But we had to turn the water off. And of course, we go into what's called emergency, and I have had stored water And so we had to pull out um, the 5 gallon jugs of water because they, we got a facility full of people and they're going to the bathroom and we're trying to cook for them and all of that sort of stuff. So you put a generator in since then and it will keep the house and pool completely on. That's great, Evie. I thought about that. We didn't lose any electricity or have any frozen pipes, but this house is different. And I don't know. I think that we would have trouble with the pipes. We have a pipe from our washing machine that's to the laundry room that runs down the wall to the sink, and it froze. I think it was last year. We had a couple of days to where it was in. So we've kind of learned that because we would keep the laundry room door closed. So we have to open the laundry room door and the doors to under the sink and it doesn't freeze up. So yeah, the and that's kind of why I felt that overwhelm yesterday, and I thought, oh, that'd be a good topic because off and on, I think during the holidays, especially as women, we get overwhelmed. There's a lot of cooking and cleaning and shopping and wrapping gifts and just all of the stuff that we do. And the video I was going to record yesterday is about letting go of unrealistic expectations about Christmas and everything being perfect. So, and that's, I think, a lot of times what causes the overwhelm. And I just got to where every year, I just wanted it to be over. Just wanted it to be over. And that's, the last few years, because I changed some things and I haven't felt like that. It was the last year. Well, we would go in Thanksgiving to my sister-in-law's and we go to my son's on Christmas. And my son doesn't want, he says he'll do it. He'll do the cooking. He'll do all the stuff. He does most of it, he usually cooks something out on the grill and we keep it real simple. And so Eddie said, I put an electric throw behind the toilet that backs up to the concrete backyard. It keeps it from freezing. It will freeze with the heat on if it's cold enough. Yeah, that's what we found out about that in the laundry room. And so we put it looks like a little radiator. We put that in there to keep that room warm enough to not freeze that pipe right there. All right, Paula said, I decided not to participate in the high school girlfriend's dirty Santa this year. It's stressful. One person pouts, so I let myself off the hook this year. That's good, Paula. I mean, you my motto is life's too short to live it with your knickers in a wad, right? Okay, Evie. BRB. Sally said, that's what I do. The electric blanket or the not participate in the high school girlfriend's dirty Santa. Which one is it, Sally? Oh, then you don't have to dread them maybe not liking your gift. Sally said, yep. Well, that's, all of that stuff. And because, I was over the facility and they would start, I can't remember if it was the week of Christmas, a week before Christmas, and we dressed up every day as something every day. And then, we usually had some sort of meal catered for Christmas party, or we went to a restaurant for our Christmas party. And it was always something. And so I really, since I've retired, I've enjoyed Christmas better. Sally said, I hated doing the Secret Santa. That was such a waste of money. Paula said, it's a lot. It is, and I think that we get overwhelmed by the financial strain of Christmas because, even if you save uh, money, I mean, they used to have um, savings accounts for Christmas. You could open, it was a special account, and you opened it and you put money in there that was for Christmas. You figured out how much Christmas was going to cost, and every month you put money in the little account so that at Christmas you had money for it. And of course, they don't do that anymore because of credit cards. And then, for a content creator, you throw in Vlogmas. And if you're doing content every day, bless your heart, because I put out about 5 videos last week, and I'm all out of content. All out of content. This is one of them. We're talking about Christmas stuff, so this is kind of part of my Vlogmas. And then I have company coming, which a lot of people do have company, and I usually don't. Was kind of a surprise visit from my son and his wife and my grandson, and they're going to spend the night. And so we I had that going on, and then I've been updating my website. I'm working with the girl that does my website. We finally got that published, the changes we made published on there. And then the program that I've set up to use doing my one-on-ones to make it easier. And so, I got all of that finished and set up and taken care of kind of over the weekend and Monday. And then, I've had all of that stuff. And it's just like yesterday, it kind of just hit me. All right. Let me catch up here in the chat. Yvonne said, next week we are dressing in something different every day. We are having our Christmas party at a bar and grill that is a block away from our facility. Sally said, need ideas. For what, Sally? Yvonne said, next Tuesday evening, we are having a Christmas party for your residents. We did that too. We would have a party, and it was a surprise party, and they would leave to go to the meeting, and then we would show up, we'd do our decorating and put the food out. And when they got back, and we only had like an hour and a half to do this, and we did that. But that was probably my most favorite thing, because the clients would come back from the meeting and they would be so appreciative. Some of them cried because no one had ever done anything like that for them. So, Evie said, I'm back. Miss M's here. Hey, Miss M. I'm glad to see you here. How are you doing? So Evie's back. Sally said, hi, Evie. Paula said, hi, Miss M. Pam said, honestly, the finances are causing me stress. This is because I want to spend money on everyone, and my husband does not want to do that, in a nutshell. So, family conflict. Yes. And, this year, actually Saturday morning, my husband and I sat down and had a little meeting. We went over our finances. We're trying to figure out maybe some things we can do to eliminate some of the financial stress, because we're already in financial stress, and then to figure out what we wanted to spend for money and exactly what we might want to buy. And then we went shopping, and it was probably, I don't know if it's because we communicated before we went, or if it was we were on the same page, but probably the easiest we have ever done Christmas. And so, um, okay, everyone's saying hello. Ideas for content. I have ideas. I just wasn't in the mood. I've got, wow, this list, and I got another card already filled out, but I wanted to go over. We have a nice little area that has an amphitheater and a walking track, and I wanted to go over there and do another walk and talk. My neighborhood's not real exciting, and I will walk my neighborhood again, but I really enjoyed doing the walk and talk, and it did really well. Um, so anyway, Miss M said, Paula, I am doing good, just relaxing. That's great, Miss M. You're doing okay. So Mike said, that's good. Money is always a tough subject with marriage. You're right. It's the number one argument that couples have is over finances. Yep, yep. Finances and family. I think so too. I don't know. See, I understand. Couldn't do Vlogmas. It's too stressful. That's kind of where I think yesterday why I got overwhelmed is because I I just I was in the groove of getting stuff done around here. Some stuff I'd been putting off for forever, and the weather was nice, and I kept thinking I need to make content. And then I was so tired that the other one I had planned on doing, which is something I'm going to do with my front yard to show the lights in my front yard, I was too tired. I just didn't do it, and so I just kind of felt overwhelmed. And I went to bed. Just went to bed. So Sally said, I enjoyed the walk and talk. Well, good. I'm glad you did. Pam, that's a great example, Rhonda. I am not a spender at all, but at Christmas I want to buy so many things for my loved ones. Imagine when I have grandchildren. My channel better take off. Good luck. Oh, us small creators, I don't know that we'll get rich doing YouTube, but Evie said, I like walk and talk when I'm stressed. I walk first and then turn the camera on. Yes. Well, like I said, I followed um, Rob's advice about the way he does his walk and talk. I had a little, index card like this, and I wrote on it. It was smaller, I think. I wrote on it and I carried it, and I would look down at it, and I just had my phone on my selfie stick, and I didn't even use my microphone that day. I don't remember if I had in my earbud, but I didn't use my microphone. I don't think. No. I just used my phone and projected my voice. Did the walk and talk. But they tend to do well. I mean, that's what Rob says. So, and I'm excited about Friday. We're going to do the um, live, on Karen's live with special guest Kevin Colby. And I'm real excited about it. Paula, I wrote down that question if you want me to text it to you. I wrote down all those questions that people were coming up with. Got them ready right here on my desk. This is my office. And so this is where I work in here. So, okay. You want me to text it to you, Paula? That question that Debbie Sue came up with? I wrote it down verbatim. So Evie said, I did many more of them when I was working, and I do carry notes. Yeah. So Evie said, I only use the mic if it's windy with the little bunny tail. You like calling it a bunny tail? It's a nice way of putting what other people call that thing. Okay, Paula. But yeah, the bunny tail. I want to put them on my fingers and have them. And Paula wanted to use them as earmuffs. They're a little bit little. Princess Leia. So, but they do work well. The video that I made for Julie, I used my mic and I put the dead cat on it. So, and because it was windy that day. And I don't know, I need to look at it to see what I can pull out of it to make a short, but it's horizontal, it's not vertical. I'll have to make it. I did put up my first short ever. I could not get it to work, and I finally had to crop it because when I put it in iMovie and edited it and saved it to my desktop, even though it was filmed vertically, it was a square horizontally, and YouTube wouldn't take it as a short. So I managed to get that in my phone, cropped it to the size, and then got it back on my computer, and then I just moved it over, and it did it as a short. So, and then I noticed, and I was going to ask you, I noticed that on my analytical page, it shows down here, it shows your I guess in the last 48 hours what your top videos, and one of them has a little bitty white square with a red squiggle on it. And I thought, oh, I need to ask Sally, is that something wrong with that? Or is it because I took the one that I had posted that was in the long form row and I've made it unlisted? So does that mean it's unlisted or what? I didn't know what that was. I don't know if it's still there, but I didn't get an email. So how do they let you know that you've got a copyright strike or something? I'm asking a question. This is questions and answers. I'm not the only one answering all the questions. Okay. All right, Evie said, I messed up today. I made a short from my last live. It had a warning, and I thought it meant I couldn't make any changes to the short, and it deleted your live. Huh. In YouTube Studio, they tell you. Oh, I thought you got an email. Where do they tell you in YouTube Studio? Do you get a message? Mike said, when I got the music copyright, it came up next to my video. Like, what did it say? This is Pam. I will just say copyright strike under the video. Ask me how I know. Oh. Okay. Sally said, those are red dot on the thing at the top where you look for messages. Mike said, yes, YouTube Studio also tells you. Miss M, I'm going to go. Have a great night. You too, Miss M. Have a good evening. Thanks for coming. Abby said the video has copyright under the video. Okay. Sally said, I never got a copyright strike. I got a warning. Oh, okay. A warning. Mike, I do everything on my phone. So if you pull up all your videos, one of my videos said copyright. I clicked on it and then it told me what it was for. Okay. Sally said, okay, several warnings. And then you just take them down, Sally? Pam said, I literally sang a worship song and didn't even think about copyright. Total newbie right here. I know. I never did any music or anything, but I never even thought about like when you're out and about and there's music playing, and so you have to be careful. Cheryl said my Christmas video can't be monetized because of copyright music. Oh. Hmm. Yvonne said I have a 8 p.m. appointment. Gotta go. Have a good night. You too, Yvonne. Thanks for coming. Sally said, I don't know how Dora played Britney Spears this morning on her dancing with her friend in Paris, and I didn't get a copyright. I don't know. Evie said, it says copyright. I saw that when I helped my dad and I use DJI music. We just deleted and reloaded. Okay. All I know is that's the only place has a little white box with a little red squiggle on it. And I thought, what is that? Oh no, I've done something wrong. So, and I guess, that's since my friend Carol and that happened to her with her channel, I'm a little, it's about time you got here, Miss G. You've been over there partying for your birthday. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. So, are you home now? Everybody's saying hi to Mrs. G. You had a good birthday. You want me to get out my birthday hat? I might get a copyright strike because it plays that song. I thought about that after I did that. What was I on? Was it your live, Mrs. G? I put it on and then I thought, oh, this little stupid song this hat plays. Yes, please. There it is. Where is it? I got to get it right. Happy birthday. No, the source I had on my Christmas hat. And then it plays. Okay, that's enough. We can't hear it no more. When it stops, I'll put it back on and you can't hear it. I'll have to get it out, Am I getting ready for one of Dora's lives? Yeah, I mean I've got some other fake hair. Now I can put it back on. Because was it Sally said she got a warning because she sang happy birthday? Woo, hair. All right. There you go, Mrs. G. Can you see the candles? They used to light up, but I think they're, we had this, this was in my salon, and somebody had a birthday and they had to wear the hat. We would punch the button. So, oh, you went to another spot after you left your dinner. It sounds good. So, my other hat, it's a Christmas hat. I'll get it so you can see it too, Mrs. G. This is the hat I put on when I was on the source. So, it's lopsided. How's that? It's lopsided there. There you go. Now I'm ready for Christmas, right? It's lopsided. I can't figure out because I don't know. My computer's set, but on the lives, everything's backwards. I do wear many hats. That's what my COO, when I worked at the center, I was the executive director and I was all the time doing all these different jobs. And he told me, you wear so many different hats. And so for Christmas one year, he gave me this hat. And it had all the buttons on it of all the jobs that I did over there. I like this one. It says fire department because I would tell him, I got to go. I got to go put out a fire. So I was on the source, Sally. I was. I just hopped my little self right up there and joined in because he said anybody wants to join. And so I did. I was really proud of myself. And I hopped on there and I put on my hat and I had a great time. Sure did. What's the source? He's a guy, Cheryl, that um you're headed to your car, Mrs. G. Um, let me put these on so I can see a little better. Um, I don't even need a tree now. You're all set. Yeah, I'm all set. Little floppy lights. Um, Mrs. G's headed to her car. Cheryl, the source. He has a channel and it's called The Source, and then it's got some numbers behind it. But on Sundays, what, at 3 o'clock or something? It was right after Paula's. We went over, we rated his thing, and he did this. He spins these wheels, and if you win, then everybody that follows him goes on the date you won and watches your content, binges your content. And after he's done, then he calls people up in the chat, and that are in the chat, they can come up there and get in the live with him. And he had these two guys up there, and then Dora got up there, and I thought, I'm gonna be on the live with Dora. And so I grabbed this hat and went right in, and I was on the source. So the force. Now, well, I think the force, when I think about the force, Pam, I think about Star Wars. The force be with you. So last Sunday, Sally. That was last Sunday, or maybe Star Wars. Yeah. The force be with you. But his channel's called The Source, and he lives in Hawaii, and he does, I think, is it like Tuesdays? He does a beach live. And then on Sundays, he does this live where he spins the wheel. And if you're in the chat and he sees you in the chat repeatedly, then he puts you on the wheel. And then when he was through with his live, he said, let's go rate another live. So he found somebody that was live, gave us the name of the channel, and we all went over and crashed somebody else's live. I don't know. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. He said you have to go crash the live, rate it, and stay 5 minutes. It was pretty fun. It was like Sunday afternoon. It was for me, it was as good as watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. So, oh, you were at the ER then. Yeah. Mrs. G said, oh, now I'm backing, charging. Are you on your way home? You got in your car driving home? So, but yeah, Dora was on there and I was on there. And so you can imagine with the source, he's pretty high energy. And Dora and I both were feeding off of that. We were having fun. Okay. That was fun. It was fun, Paula, wasn't it? We went from yours, crashed, rated the source, and then we went from the source and rated that other channel. It was so funny. That girl was painting and quietly talking, and all of a sudden, what's going on? Who's rating us? What? And what was funny, I don't know if this, because we all came over and we put, hashtag raid the source or whatever, it made us all moderators. I don't know if you noticed that, Sally. I'm not a moderator on that channel, but I am now. The fun and games here in YouTube land, very high energy. Yeah, I can sit in here in my YouTubicle and just party, going from channel to channel, live to live, go live hopping. We've done that before, had we, Miss Paula? Oh, the times have changed. Where you go live hopping instead of bar hopping. Oh, Sally said, I absolutely love high energy. It was the other two guys that had hopped on there. Neither one of them showed their face. Well, one of them did off and on, but they were kind of, and then Dora and I get on there and it's like, it was pretty funny. I don't think the source knew quite what to do. We were matching his energy for sure. So um, it was quite fun. Oh, but I don't know. I would have never thought. Somebody said, "Oh, join YouTube. You can have a blast." You can meet a bunch of people. You can party on YouTube. So, but that's certainly the kind of the what's happened here. And so, I don't know. Julie, are you still on here? Are you still doing your live at 8 o'clock? Julie. Sally said, no, it's a bunch of people that you are with that makes it fun, not just YouTube. It's the core tribe. You're right, Sally, it's the people. But I never would have thought that that's what I would have gained out of being a content creator on YouTube. It's like, I don't know. I did too, Sally. We both got on the wheel of support, and neither one of us won, me or Sally, either one. But one of the girls that won gave her thing away to Miss Paula. So it was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, but, and I mean, and then Sally getting to 1,000 subs and just how exciting everyone is, for each other. It's awesome. Pam said, I never would have dreamed of finding such wonderful, like-minded people on YouTube. It's a blessing. You're all a blessing. And Mrs. Paula said, Pam, you too. And that's the way I feel. It's each one of you. And you add your own flavor and your own, I don't know. I just, sometimes I can't keep up. I want to see all of Evie's and watch all of Paula's and watch all of Sally's and watch all of Pam's. And I've done that. And Mrs. G's. And it's like, and I tend to keep up with certain channels, and I watch, Kentucky Life with Debbie. If you're here, I've mentioned your name again. You're always in the bushes. And then Cynthia and some of those people, Dawn, Karen, Allison, all of those people that I've met because I'm on YouTube. So it's really great. All right. Sally said, well, I do watch all of Paula's, all of Rhonda's, all of Evie's. That's what my priorities are. But I just wanted to support them all. And that's uh, just it that we support each other. And I have those that can't watch every single one of your people, but oh, Mrs. G said, LOL, Miss Paula is feeling some kind of way about not getting gifted. Where's she at? What's she saying? Oh, Nevaeh gifted you. Yes, the girl's name that gave away her win to Paula, her name was Nevaeh, which is backwards for heaven. Sally D, I've been running playlists for people that I really, really support to get their hours up, and we appreciate it. Okay, there's Ace. We're doing good, Ace. How are you? Thanks for joining my live. Yeah, she did. She gifted you a source day. So Sally said, Ace, my son, you're doing great. That's great. Is this your first time in my live? Sally wants to know where you've been, Ace. I got on my silly hat again. Oh, Sally said she missed all the hearts you used to give her. And they said, I've been busy making a new video. Sally said, I have 1,000 subs now, Ace. Yeah, we've been celebrating today. We celebrated Sally hitting 1,000 subscribers. It's awesome. So, and that's now we got to get her watch time hours. And so, and those are, you know, they're a little bit harder to get. I don't know. One's about like the other, but uh, I've been really working on the watch time hours. That's the reason I started my lives. Yeah, Mrs. G, celebrate good times. Congrats, Sally. So, what's your video about, Ace? Do you have a channel? What's your channel? Put it in the chat. Watch hours are usually harder to get. They are they are there for a while in August. Was it in August and September? I mean that I was just like really racking them up, and then my views kind of dropped off. You have a channel too. Is it your name that you have here? That's on here, Ace FLA1. Because sometimes I can look those up and I can't find a channel with that. Because I check people out. He keeps changing his name. Well, I guess we can do that on here. So, well, I was just always amazed that I've been on here an hour. How fast time goes when we are here, and how it just goes so fast. And I know that, like I said, I think Julie's doing a live at 8 o'clock. So if all y'all want to go raid her live, we can go over there. Kind of like, was it last week? Who did we go? Was it Kathleen? Okay. I wrote it down as that, and I'll check out your channel. Okay. Thanks for coming in this evening. So I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your evening. And I'm going to get off of here and get ready for the rest of my week. And and if y'all want, we'll go see if Julie's live, and we'll go raid Julie's live. So I will see all of y'all next time, and love all of you guys. And remember to be you on purpose.